We are constantly told that we're making progress on climate change. Governments announce bold targets. Corporations unveil glossy sustainability reports. International conferences produce carefully worded declarations about net zero pathways. You see, on paper, it all sounds like we are moving forward. But step outside the press conference and the atmosphere tells a very different story. Global emissions are rising, extreme weather is intensifying, and communities on the front lines of pollution and climate disruption are still waiting for relief. So I always ask myself a rather simple question. Are we seeing or witnessing real progress, or is it the illusion of progress? Climate policy today is often built on distant promises rather than immediate action. Countries pledge to reach net zero by 2050 or 2060, decades into the future, often well beyond the political careers of the leaders making those promises. But the atmosphere does not respond to pledges, it responds to emissions. And emissions are happening right now. At the same time, corporations increasingly frame themselves as climate leaders, yet many of the same companies investing in renewable energy are the same ones still expanding fossil fuel production. This is what experts call greenwashing, the art of appearing environmentally responsible while the underlying business model remains unchanged. But perhaps the most troubling aspect of illusion of progress is how it shapes public perception. When people believe that their problem is already being solved, urgency fades, pressure weakens, and accountability disappears. And the status quo quietly continues. Meanwhile, the real costs are borne by communities that have contributed to the least to the crisis: low income households, communities of color, and countries across the global south, like my country, Kenya. So, what will real progress actually look like? Real progress will mean rapidly reducing emissions, not just pledging to do so decades from now. It will mean ending subsidies for fossil fuels instead of expanding them quietly. It will mean investing in clean energy while ensuring that transition is equitable and does not leave vulnerable communities behind. In other words, real progress will be measurable, not rhetorical, because the climate crisis does not need better messaging, it needs real change. Until then, we must remain careful not to confuse announcements with action, because in climate policy, the illusion of progress may be one of the most dangerous obstacles we face. I'm Omesa Mukaya, and this is the Climate Voices podcast.